Have you ever wondered why do some people get results and some people don't? So there might be like दो बंदे जो है सेम रहेंगे, उनका सब सेम है, but the thing is the results which they get is completely different throughout their life. So this question just drove me nuts. Why do some people get results and some people don't? So in this video we are going to talk about death and rebirth, and bhai, this video is going to be nuts and it will blow your mind. Okay, so stick around this and yeah, let's begin. For those of you who might be wondering ki, bro, who are you? Well, my name is Preetham and I help single guys to become this man with multiple options. So this was me. I was able to transform myself from the shy, insecure guy into this, a guy who has options. And again, my results, cool, whatever. But the best part, I've seen my students go through the exact same transformation. Guys who couldn't even start a conversation now confidently approach, connect, and completely change their lives. So I've helped half a dozen of guys to lose their virginity and become this man with multiple options. I've served 50 plus guys in my inner circle and helped them to transform into someone who's capable of approaching random girls and get their phone numbers and go on multiple dates. If you don't follow me on Instagram, do check that thing out. Post a lot of my student testimonies and that kind of thing. ये हमारे inner circle students के results वगैरह है. So alright bhai, the way Hercules went into his 12 labors, right? That's how I've broken this video down, like 10 chapters, okay? Manifesto. So the core idea, just say, I think you got it, then that is death and rebirth. Okay. So this is the whole thing. Abhi you might have seen that I did some rebrand. This video is not about ki bro, I just changed my channel's name. No, it's much bigger than that. Okay? This is about death and rebirth. Okay. So stick around with this, it's going to blow your mind. So pehle kya tha? I used to be known as the pickup dude, that kind of shit. But yeah, it always felt ki man, I have so much more to give rather than just pick up and girls and those kind of things, right? So kill the identity that keeps you stuck and become the man with multiple options. So alchemy of self, the one word what we are trying to do here is transformation. I'll dig deep into this thing, evolution, transformation, rebirth, सारी चीजें हम बात करेंगे. So promise is obviously going to be the same thing, become a man with multiple options, high value man with multiple options. So जो हम pillar use करने वाला, it's like masculinity, female psychology and social dynamics, okay? And the lens is obviously this thing, man. USP. If any guy asks me, यार, what's your unique selling point? It was always this thing and it, मेरे को 1.5-2 साल लगे ये चीज समझने में, ठीक है? It's okay. So this is the identity and evolution. Okay. So what my whole thing was, whenever a guy came to me and he would ask me, the guy would be like whole put together. Okay. And his current situation would be like he's single, beginner, and his desired situation would be like he wants to become this man with multiple options, right? So what would happen is, ये जो पुराना बंदा है, right? This guy, he wanted to get this result. But whenever he tried to do like take some action and everything, क्या सीन था? He was this guy, right? So हमको क्या करना था? Instead of struggling to achieve your goals as yourself, you need to become a new character that's capable of achieving your goal with ease. So this is my whole thing. You need to become that guy, this guy. Instead of you, समझ रहे हो? Like this is the whole thing, right? Now, so आते हैं पहले chapter पे, and that is the death of an identity. So first thing, pickup dude is dead. ठीक है? So this identity, like hey man, techniques and all that shit, it's dead. So pickup dude में क्या था? I'll just tell you कि what I believe, and this is like my pickup dude was like my second iteration, ठीक है? So इसके पहले भी एक था. I'll give you the whole story and where we are going and your vision क्या है, all these things. Who I was, I used to believe like you can pick up girls and all that thing. Eventually I realized girls are not stupid. Okay, so that's what I believed, you can manipulate, obviously, like in a way, but this game and pickup is basically like putting a makeup on your face. That's the equivalent of putting a makeup. अगर लड़कियां makeup करके आती है and they wear short clothes and the lights are dim and they color their hair, obviously they look way attractive than what they are. ठीक है? So that is, game is equivalent to that thing. So game and pickup is like you trigger certain emotions करके, that's how you get them, right? So why it failed was like क्या सीन था कि I started realizing that there are two guys. Okay, so this dude got results and this dude did not, even though ये दोनों identical है. That's where I discovered that कुछ beneath the thing, like surface level पे ये चीजें makes no sense, but if we dig down, ठीक है, ये mountain है, इसके नीचे अगर we dig down, this is the tip of the iceberg, and if we dig down, there's a whole host of things. So that's where that identity started to come in. Okay, you need to become that guy. ये सारी चीजें हम बात करेंगे. So what needed to happen was you need to die. Okay, ये जो तुम्हारा पुराना character था, what I explained to you here, right? This guy had to die, and you need to become this new guy. Okay, and then that's where the alchemy of self is born. Like, okay, abhi whatever we are going to do is this thing, and then you need to born as a new man, and the new era starts. Okay, awesome. Chalo. So yeah, I have officially killed the pickup dude, and yeah, we are now the alchemy of self. Okay. So the three versions of me. So again, this version, this video, I don't want to keep it about me, but at the same time, you need to understand what's going on here, right? So with this Venetian arts, you hona chahiye yahan pe. So with this Venusian arts, what happened was, this is where the skill, अब देखो evolution देखो यहाँ पे, evolution, transformation, that thing, keep that lens. So with this Venusian arts, this I started in 2024. For those of you who are on this channel since this, hey man, thanks for the support. So this is where the art of, क्या बोलते हैं, how to make the videos. And this is where like my first 50 crappy videos I made, where I just sat down and ये बनाते कैसा, I had no clue, camera shy, that kind of shit, insecurities, लोग क्या सोचेंगे. So this was that phase, and obviously कुछ results थे नहीं. So this is where my learning phase was. Then once the Venetian arts was done, we shifted into this pickup dude. This is where मेरे को content बनाना आता था. Then we dug into this. This was 2025. This is where we dug into क्या बोलता है ये, this boot camps and pickup and infields, वो सारी चीजें. This is where I learned कि यार, how to get results and testimonials and that kind of thing. अभी फिर बाद में क्या सीन हुआ, like over time I realized, man, like the results जो, see, if a guy comes to me, that he comes to me for one thing, and that is results. So ये चीज I started to focus on कि यार ये मिलता कैसा है, right? So it was never about techniques. So this is where the alchemy of self is born. So 2026 and beyond. So a little background about me, I always was into the psychology. Okay? Psychology, philosophy, the Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, those kind of things. And psychology, like this 48 laws of powers and all that thing. And philosophy, psychology, and history. So history was this World War II, World War I. That is my background. I always was into this Renaissance art, the art ka meaning kya hai. So this thing was not in alignment with me. Okay, whenever I would teach, it was like, yeah, ठीक है, the pickup dude, but on the call I would tell them, man, pick up and game is shit. ठीक है, तो it would be contrary. And यहाँ पे the Venetian arts was aligned, but I needed to grow into a bigger version of me, right? So, ठीक है, finally the alchemy of self, this is what my whole thing is, this transformation. Okay, self-image. अंदर बंदे को अंदर से चेंज करना. This is my thing. This is where I get fun from, right? So this is that element. I think I found it eventually. So the whole point I'm trying to make here is, man, there has to be evolution. Okay, you can't just be this one guy. No, evolution होते हैं तुम्हारे. Okay, so same way, if you are a guy, coming back to this, ये तुमको कैसे relate होता है? If you are a dude who is just getting into talking to girls, you're shy. Okay, you don't know what to talk to girls. Your questions are very technical. So you'll start at this level. Okay, then eventually your level will grow, and you would be more like, and how do I pick up girls? ठीक है, मेरे को बात तो करना आता है, वो स्पार्क अट्रैक्शन कैसे करता है, ये फियर सब कॉन्कर कर लिया मैंने, फिर डेट पे क्या करता है, किस कैसे करता है, एंड इवेंचुअली यू विल गेट इनटू रिलेशनशिप, एंड बाद में तुम्हारे पास 4 बंदियां होंगी, राइट? हाउ डू यू कीप देम, वो अलग लेवल होता है. सो यू आर इवॉल्विंग, यू आर नेवर द सेम गाय. सो सेम वे मेरे को एक चीज ऐसी चाहिए थी कि फिर आई वांटेड कि यार, आई एम नॉट द पिकअप डूड गाय, राइट? लाइक दैट्स लाइक फाइन, बट आई एम मोर ऑफ अ लाइक bigger version था, like bigger version vision था. So this is where I think I found and struck a chord. So I thought techniques would change me. That's what I taught during my pickup dude thing, like better lines, better openers, ये इस तरह के conversations करो, better texting, कैसे text करना है, better game, better tactics, more approaches. So like I told you, some guys got exceptional results and some guys got very poor results. So it made no sense to me कि यार identical guys है, what's changing here? So techniques can change what you do, they don't necessarily change who you are. So ये पूरा who you are वाला था. So they got good at like attracting girls. They got good at putting their makeup and behave in a certain way. But still they were playing this character. Okay, and at the end they still felt empty. Okay, so they weren't fulfilled. They thought कि यार बंदियां मेरी जिंदगी में आ जाएंगी, I'll feel so good. But when they had girls, they were like still empty. Something was missing there. Okay, so then the real problem was identity, because they were faking who they were. They were just playing this character. Okay, so they were faking who they were. Okay? So the results followed your identity, not your technique. So if you fake, eventually like some shit was going wrong. So two men can learn exactly the same technique and get completely different result. यहाँ पे क्या सीन था? That's where I realized कि यार ये self image, ये belief system. If you believe that मेरी height छोटी है, okay, मैं अच्छा दिखने में नहीं हूँ. If those are your beliefs, लोग आके मारेंगे. मेरे यहाँ पे ये चीजें नहीं होती, right? So if that's what you believe, man, like you're already fucked. So ये belief system तुम्हारा जो है, your emotional reaction. A guy, बंदे आके उसको बोलेगी कि यार why are you talking to a guy? Like why are you talking to me? So two guys will react completely differently, right? So ये standard. One guy would crawl for a 5 out of 10 girl, and the other dude would be like, man, even if he had like 8 out of 10, he's like, I can do better. So expectation. One guy would be completely like, yeah, I just want to give. I don't want anything from you. I'm so fulfilled in myself. The other dude would be like, यार मेरे को क्या मिल रहा है? मेरे को क्या मिल रहा है? Right? So this is that word, magic word, identity. Right? So the death and rebirth. Hey, sorry to interrupt your video. Watching content is awesome, but if you want to actually become a man with multiple options, you need to take real action. And if you want me to help you to take real action, there should be a link down in the description. Click on that link, fill out the survey to see if you actually qualify to work with me directly. Now, back at the video. Now comes the self-image trap. So if you believe that you are this, तुम इसके बाहर नहीं जा सकती, you won't go. So to break your comfort zone and go out of your thing, you need to expand your self-image. That's where this whole concept of psycho-cybernetics comes into picture. So this was a book which I had read many years ago, 2019 में कुछ तो. So that's where he was like, man, your self-image drives your result. The mind responds to imaginary, relaxed action. So ये basically what we are doing here is instincts. Techniques काम नहीं करते. So instincts are like, if things happen, if I throw something at you, you just dodge. You don't think, यार इसने कुछ तो फेंका मेरे, like why did you throw that thing on me, all that shit. No, you just react. So that's instincts. So when women shit test you, you can't prepare in that moment. समझ रहे हो? तुम्हारे instincts होने चाहिए वो. So this is where if you believe that I'm this kind of a guy, you'll never be able to like get out of that comfort zone and build the other guy, right? So if you believe you're a socially awkward person, you'll interpret situations through that identity. If you believe you're undesirable, तुम ऐसे ही needy behave करोगे. So समझ रहे हो? ये टेक्निक नहीं है भाई यहाँ पे. So टेक्निक यार like okay, don't behave needily. भाई तुम्हारे पास ऑप्शंस ही नहीं है. That's the only girl which you have. तुम कितना फेक करोगे? एक दिन, 2 दिन बाद में the emotional side would come out, right? If you believe you have no options, you'll desperately cling to that opportunity. So external behavior is often downstream of the internal identity. So what you believe internally, the way you see yourself, that's how things will naturally come into reality, right? So समझ रहे हो? Like this is the whole, it is never about the technique part. मेरे को वही चीज लगती थी कि यार if I teach this guy awesome techniques, he would get results. It's not. So ये technique addiction. So बंदा क्या, like he would get this problem, let's say कि what's the perfect opener? Okay, बंदियां रुकती नहीं है. So the problem is that then he would go and search like how to talk to girls. He would see like 100 infields and बाद में like he would make notes and be like okay मेरे को अब समझ आ गया. Temporary improvement होगा उसके लिए, but the old identity would return. So this is what I saw in my coaching call. So usually like whenever a guy would join in, ये 2 week he would make massive progress because motivation है, he has paid in the money, there's a community element. बाद में 2 week के बाद ना एक dip आता है because your old identity sets in. ठीक है? बाद में this thing around week 2, like I told you, I observed one thing. Either the guy will go to hell. एक बार वो नीचे गिर गया, ये 0 है, ठीक है? वो -1 पे चला जाता है या -2 पे चला जाता है. and it's very hard for him to get out of this. Either that, or if he picks himself up here, I know he's just going up. ठीक है? So ये 2-week period I started to notice कि यार if a guy has to get results, if he's consistent 2 week के बाद, he'll get results no matter what, because he's rewiring himself and becoming a new guy. So the old identity would return after 2 weeks, and new problem would and find another technique, and he would just get stuck into that technique thing. So बंदे मेरे को पूछते थे यार what's the best opener? They would sit and consume, but they would just spiral down in this content wala zone. Okay. So recently I uploaded this 11-hour का video and उसमें मैंने specifically बोल रखा है कि bro, go and take action. You will get resources anywhere. This is the beauty of the internet age. And just imagine some guy is giving you with infields, with proper guidance, 11 hours. And what most of the guys do, they just consume or put it on, क्या बोलते हैं, save later जो भी है playlist में, and they never watch that thing. Worse, even if a guy watches that thing, he never goes and approaches, right? Just give me a sec, guys. I'll just have water. Right. Then, so the best opener, give me confidence trick, या फिर what should I reply? This, in my opinion, what you reply never mattered. It's just that जो तुम, whoever you are, you should display that guy in person. ये subconscious level पे ना चीजें हो रही है. Girls are not that dumb. That's why I always did not like this manipulative, tricky lines, because man, they can sense your energy, right? So, and most of the guys, they would ask, भाई इस बंदी ने ऐसे ऐसे behave किया, इसका मतलब क्या है? So, if you start going down that rabbit hole and start with logic, यार मेरे को logically समझाओ ये चीजें क्या है. There's no logic in this thing, because girls are emotional creature. अब मैंने इस बंदे को मारा, I can give you the logic behind it. Why उसने क्या किया, मेरे को क्या लगा, why I did it so that he would never do that again. समझ रहे हो? There's logic behind it. But the way girls function and operate, there's no logic behind it. चीजें they'll just do randomly, and if you try to go logic, चीजें sense ही नहीं करेंगे तुम्हें, right? And you become addicted to learning. ये learning, I can guarantee you most of the guys will give you theories, push, pull, bantering. जब बंदी ये बोले तो मैं ये बोलूंगा. It's good. That's good on paper, but in reality, that's not how things work. So more or less, कि rather than focusing on हम technique पे, we are going to focus on transformation, right? Okay, so this death, rebirth, and evolution. This is what I was talking about. You need to kill your old self. Okay, so every meaningful transformation requires the old identity has to die. Who you are as a person has to die. Okay, so if I showed you who I was as a person, like in my क्या बोलता है, schooling, I was very shy. Even if I met my classmates now, वो बोलेंगे यार तू स्कूल में भी था हमारे साथ, who are you? Like I've never seen you. 12 साल तो हमारे साथ था, I don't even know you existed. That was me, like introvert as fuck. One day I just woke up and be like, I don't have to be that guy. I just transformed overnight. And all my life I just believed some lie. I believed that I'm this good boy. I believed that यार ये मस्ती वस्ती नहीं करना चाहिए, right? So new guy has to, you begin operating from new self-image, and then you evolve. So, right? So that's where I saw during my coaching calls, a guy who would come in, it's never about technique. He has to change and evolve into a better version of himself. That's where he started to get results. Okay? And then what actually makes a high value man? So, this high value man, everyone wants to become this high value dude. What's that thing? So it's never about money. Okay, how rich are you? How muscular are you? How good looking are you? How good are you with women? How dominant are you? These are good, but that's not what a high value man is, right? Excuse me. So those can be outcomes or attributes, but the deeper question is, who are you when nobody is validating you? This, I felt that this is more or less like validation. Okay, so I've seen guys in my gym who are muscular as fuck. Okay, again, nothing wrong with getting muscles, nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. तुम्हारी body है, अच्छी बात है, but don't do it just to impress girls. That's very shallow way of looking at it. If you're good looking at it, if you take care of your skin and all those things, Do it because you want to do it for yourself, not for some validation या फिर that kind of thing, right? And तुमने देखा like ये दादा लोग रहता है like हर एक गली में रहता है, right? They try to dominate the smaller younger ones. ऐसे उनको डराना वराना like ऐसे करो ये वो that kind of thing. So they are trying to feel good about themselves, right? So a high value man is not that. So it's like taking care of yourself. यहाँ पे वो एक the self respect, like purpose, discipline, emotional control, the social competency, standards, courage, responsibility, options. To sum this up, I would say there's one word and it's called dignity. Okay? So this dignity thing is like the core thing. The dignity is like how well are you going to treat yourself, even if everything goes down to hell. ठीक है? So most of the guys में क्या होता है? Like I've seen this during the coaching calls. They self-hate. Okay, ये hatred जो रहता है, I'm not good. I've not done anything in my life. मैं 27 साल का हूँ, आज तक एक भी बंदी नहीं पटी मेरे से. Like that kind of shit. So I'm shit. So self-hate. So dignity is like how well do you take care of your other side. Okay. So our adult self is created to take care of our younger self. तो इस बंदे को तुम कैसे अच्छे से रखते हो? How is your relationship with yourself? तो you're getting it's never about techniques. तो समझ रहे हो किस dimension की हम बात कर रहे हैं? So hey, use this line. That's shallow. Okay. So now comes the three pillars, three arenas of transformation. What we are going to move forward with. One is the three pillars. 1, 2, 3. एक है masculinity. Second is female psychology, and the third is social dynamics. So what we are eventually doing is we are using all these three things to transform ourselves. Okay. So obviously, the main thing is transformation. We are not heavily focusing on just cold approaching and techniques and getting into a woman's pants, right? So we are going to use that thing, gym. You don't just go to gym to get muscles. You go to gym to train your brain. समझ रहे हो? So there's a different dimension to that thing. तुम 4 दिन जाओगे, but that consistency, everything will happen through your self-discipline. Okay? So muscles is just a byproduct. So ये transformation जो है, going and approaching women and talking to girls and learning that thing will make you evolve into a better version of yourself. Because that's one of the most stressful thing you can do. अगर तुम एक बंदे हो जो who has never approached a girl, try doing it. फट के 4 हो जाएगी तुम्हारी. So that's where we are learning about this masculinity, courage, right? ये female psychology. So why are we understanding this thing? You might be like, Preetham, didn't you say कि तुम contradict कर रहे हो खुद से, because few moments ago you said कि यार उसमें logic है ही नहीं. That's my whole point. We are not going to understand this thing logically. हम जाएंगे, we are going to witness that thing. वो witness करने के बाद we come and patterns emerge होना लग जाएगा. Patterns emerge होने लग जाएंगे. It's like, just imagine, why are we getting into this thing is, one day you're going to get married. ठीक है? And the worst thing you can do is you will be completely untrained. Because तुमने सुना है कि like लड़कियां बोलती एक है, करती एक चीज है, right? So when you get married, you will have other priorities. You are a man. You can't go and sit in her lap and start crying. There would be a baby along the way, right? You would need to be able to take care of your finances, your parents, your house, your car, everything. So उस time पे यार मैंने इसको ये चीज बोली, यार वो एक चीज कर रही है, मैं that will drive you nuts. So we are going to understand this female psychology so that we understand the human behavior. So that when जब तुम्हारी शादी वादी हो जाएगी, you would understand कि how do we function at a human level. So there's a deeper thing than that. So to do that thing, you need to become a man with multiple options, right? So social dynamics, again, learn to operate in the world, not in theory. Man, we are social creatures. We are social creatures. So it's psychology, this is masculinity, and this is like social dynamics. So we are social creatures. There's nothing more beautiful in this world than love. You're going and connecting with someone, right? Their stories. And देखो, अकेले आए हैं, अकेले मरना है हमको. But along the way where we share memories, just imagine you are the guy who she's like, even after 50 years, she'll remember. Yeah, there was some dude. And हम लोग मिले थे and he gave me that experience, right? We danced on the streets. He, he, he triggered my childhood side of me and he brought that thing out and he healed me. तो समझ रहे हो? We are talking a bunch of bigger, deeper problems and things rather than just pick up and talking to girls and that kind of shit, right? So ultimately, all three things are connected to one thing, and that is your identity and transformation, right? So that's why this Trinity, that's even this my logo, right? Now, this invitation I want to give you and to forge into this new man, okay? So there has to be a death of your old self. There has to be a rebirth of your new self. You need to become that guy because ultimately there's one worst thing, regret. So regret is by like the worst thing which can happen to a dude. You try and fail, that's okay. Like I told you, end में हम सबको मरना है. But during, this is where you're born and this is where you die. अगर तुम straight line से जाओगे, you're a good boy and you just never unleash your potential and you die. No one will remember you. Or you be that dude in your bloodline where you explore around a bunch of shit. See how the world operates. Go on the quest, build businesses, take risks, do shit, and don't give two fucks about what people say. And then eventually you die. So which story would you want your grandkids to talk about, right? My grandfather, yeah, कुछ था, ऐसे ही था, मर गया. Otherwise this thing, right? So, okay. So I don't want to teach you how to become better at pretending to be someone you're not. Ye pretending, listening to Andrew Tate and you should be this, you should be that. Again, you can't be that thing. So you have to I want to help you to become someone you no longer have to pretend to be. Become a better version of yourself. Because Andrew Tate is good at boxing or whatever. You're good at your own thing, right? सब में कोई ना कोई एक skill होती है. I can guarantee you if you live like at least 22 to 25 year old, if you're 22 to 25 year old, you've lived this much, bro, तुम में कुछ एक skill है. Share that skill in this world. Okay? I want to help you to become this better version of you. So finally, the pickup dude is dead and the alchemy begins. So alchemy is like, transformation. That's my whole thing. Transformation, change, evolution. Because I was able to change myself overnight. That's what I want to help you to do, right? Kill the old identity and forge into this new man with multiple options. So hope this is a good segue into, our new era. Hope you found this video helpful and hope you understand what we are going to do, where this channel is heading into and what we are trying to do. We're going to tackle a bunch of bigger things, okay? And I'll also be launching the school community. By the time you watch this, I think it would be live. That's where our coaching around, women and, how to talk to girls and those kind of things are going on in the background. That's where my whole USP, the unique selling point is this thing. That is identity shift. If you want to transform yourself into this man with multiple options, do check out the link in the description for our school community. So hopefully it will be live by the time you watch this. Otherwise, there should also be another link to work with me one-on-one. Fill out that survey and to see if you're qualified to work with me. Okay? So again, the alchemy, so Venetian arts is dead, the pickup dude is dead, and now this is the new day and era. And this is my thing. I'm super excited, this Renaissance art and those kind of things. Death and rebirth and transformation. Okay? So again, thanks for watching. My name is Preetham and I will see you in the next one.